How's it going, guys? The patch notes are already out, and now we can really see what the nerfs will be, as well as the buffs. And there's quite a few of them. 12 nerfs and 6 buffs, and they're all looking quite strong. So in this video we're gonna go over all of them, so you guys know what to be expecting from the meta. Hope you enjoy the video, and if you do, a like and subscribe would really be appreciated. But now, let's get into it.
You are not prepared!
Okay, balance patch notes 3203. Patch brings balance changes to Hearthstone and Battlegrounds and more. Hearthstone update, def comment. These changes are a continuation of the changes we made in patch 32.0 to remove unfun play patterns and give Into the Emerald Dream the best chance to shine. Many of these changes are the cards and strategies that are unfun to play against, even if they're not overly powerful. We're also adjusting a few power outliers, including buffs. We don't normally do balance changes this early after an expansion, but we thought making a few changes now would best align our goals for the set with our patch schedule. Starting off with Hideous Husk, here we can see that indeed this bad boy is going to be sucking a little bit less. It used to be sucking for 2 extra after Husk is on the board, and now it's only going to be 1 extra, so a grand total of 2 damage per leech. Or if you have one more Hideous Husk, that's gonna be only 3 damage now, so quite the big nerf, given you could actually put a couple of these on the board for 5 damage a pop. Now it's only gonna be 3 damage a pop, which is definitely quite the huge nerf to the strategy altogether, but I do believe it is warranted. It was doing a little bit too much. Maybe if they went ahead and made it into a 7 mana, that might have also been a little bit less powerful nerf to the card that gives it a fighting chance to remain, but right now, like this, I feel it's gonna be a little bit lacking. It's still pretty strong, like the whole leech package is pretty decent. Like the 2 mana was great for tempo, the 4 mana is great for card draw and tempo, and Husk was quite the powerful follow-up as well. I guess it's still probably gonna remain, but not as strong, obviously. We also have Amphibian Spirit, and here the change is it's going up to 3 mana. Again, this should be curbing the power Egg Hunter really has right now. It is just way too strong. Like turn 1 you coin an egg, turn 2 you play this thing, and if you're sticky enough on the board, there's really not much the opponent could do against you. This thing going up to 3 mana is definitely gonna be a little bit worse curve for the hunters, but not by much, honestly, because a lot of the times you just play an egg on 2 and follow up with Spirit on 3, and then you still have turn 4 Terror Scale, but you're no longer going to be able to do a turn 4 Amphibian Spirit and Terror Scale, which definitely is quite the fat hit, and Egg Hunter will be suffering because of that. Murmur is also taking a slight slap. It's going up to a 7 mana, which, to be honest, not that big a deal for that kind of deck, is it? I kind of think Murmur Shaman is still going to be super strong. You might want to check out my guide and gameplay video with that one. It can do some absolutely absurd broken things if you know how to pull them off, and watching that video should help you pull those things off. We also have Food Fight going up to 4 mana, and honestly, who asked? Like, why? I don't think Warrior has been that broken. Like, it's kind of a strong deck only if you don't know how to play around it. Like, as long as you don't give them things to attack their dragons into, this was not really that big a deal. So I'm kind of stumped. Why would they be changing Food Fight like this? It wasn't that powerful of a card. Maybe they're seeing something we're not, but I don't know. I think this was a little bit on the weird side, and it doesn't even do all that much for Dragon Warrior right now, at least I think, so kind of weird altogether. We also have Spawning Pool. This one is going up to 2 mana, which is quite the hefty price increase. That's 100% price increase for this thing. And the big takeaway here is you're no longer going to be able to actually do turn 3 Rush Zerglings. Well, with the coin I guess you still could, but that's not the point. The location definitely is pretty powerful. One of the best things you could be doing on turn 1 for sure. So nerfing this definitely will be hurting again. Egg Hunter, Discover Hunter, Location Warlock, all of those are going to be feeling this one big time. Demon Hunter and Death Knight haven't been using these as much lately, so not that big a deal for those, but for Hunter and Warlock, they will be suffering. Liftoff is also getting a mana increase. It's becoming from a 3 mana up to 4, and honestly, I'm kind of questioning that decision. I guess Terran Shaman was still playable. I wouldn't say it was a problem. It was still playable though, so is that the reason why Liftoff is getting punished? Honestly, the only deck that really utilizes Liftoff well right now would be the Warrior, and they all already kicked in its teeth with Food Fight as well, so why are we going this hard on those? They really are doing everything they can to make the StarCraft pieces unplayable, huh? Chrono Boost is an interesting card that they also are going to be slapping. A lot of the Protoss decks have been seeing quite a lot of power, and they have been throwing Shadow on the new cards for sure. Bumping this thing up to 5 mana, it's a little bit on the expensive side, but then again, getting yourself a 3-4 Charger and 2 good Protoss cards, it is definitely worth the mana still. So if you're still going to be playing Protoss decks, it's not like you're going to stop running Chrono Boost because it's 5 mana, but obviously it is going to be hurting the win rate for those decks, and same can be said for Artanis. He is also going to get bumped up to 8 mana like everybody else from the StarCraft set hero cards. All of them will be 8 mana, and for good reason, like the card is definitely good, and it's definitely shining big time now with the others nerfed up to 8, so I think it's well warranted for him to be joining the club. Arcanite Defense Crystal is also getting slapped. Thank God for that. Armor Demon Hunter, even though the win rate for it is not that high anymore, even though the entire meta shifted against it, it still is definitely worth slapping this thing so it's not as annoying to face as it is. And they basically bump this thing up to 5 mana and make it into a 4-5, so it's still very usable for normal Starship shenanigans, but no longer they're gonna be able to get basically infinite Arcanite Defense Crystals with the Fel Hunter and the other big guy. I do believe Demon Hunter might still be able to pull off something similar to the Armor Demon Hunter deck. Maybe they're gonna double down on the Quillbore with Lifesteal, Death Rattle, and Battle Cry. That might also actually help him for these shenanigans, but it is gonna be a bit of a different deck, I guess. And I, for one, am thankful for that. Don't want to be facing this thing no longer. Seaside Giant actually took quite the heavy hit here. I was expecting they bump it up to 14 mana or something like that, but instead they reduced the mana down to 9. But this thing is going to be costing 1 less for each time you've used a location this game, instead of costs 2 less each time you use a location. So before, we needed 5 location uses to bring it down to 0, and now you need 9 location uses to bring it down to 0, which is kind of quite the hefty nerf, but I'm definitely not against it because this giant has definitely overstayed its welcome. This is going to be hurting mainly hunters and warlocks. I'm not sure I've seen too much seaside giant shenanigans in other classes as much. I think there was one more class, but right now I'm not really sure I can remember which one. But yeah, hunters and warlocks are going to be in pain. And lastly, we have Ceaseless Expanse. He is going to be from 100 mana now up to 125 mana, and this again definitely is a very well warranted nerf. Ceaseless has been dropping way too soon, especially for some classes that do way too much way too early with the cycle, with the destruction, all of that nonsense. Basically, this is gonna push back this card with a turn or 2 at least, and I for one am definitely okay with that. Literally above 50% play rate for this card, even more than Ziliax nowadays, I think. For very good reason, the card is just broken. Don't forget you can disenchant all of these cards for their full dust value. You're gonna have a couple of weeks after the patch goes live today and 1 hour after this video goes live, and also I will be going live as soon as the patch goes live today on stream, so I can start dilly-dallying and finding the best new decks you guys could be playing with. And the best new decks might actually be some of the buffed cards users. Let's go ahead and check those out. But before that, let me just remind you, it's always a good idea to be disenchanting the cards you're not currently using. So just go to your collection, write refund into your search bar, and that is gonna list all of the cards that got changed for worse. Only the nerfed cards, the buffed ones, are not gonna be refundable for you for obvious reasons. So if you're not using the cards right now, it's always the best idea would be to disenchant them right now, and if you need them later after the 2 weeks period, you could just craft them back for the same exact price. If you don't, you got yourself the full price for that card. Moving down to the buffs, here's what we have. First off, we have Resplendent Dreamweaver. It used to be a 5-4 Battlecry, deal 5 damage if you've imbued twice. And now it's going to be a 4-4, but it's also going to have Lifesteal and Battlecry, deal 4 damage to a minion if you imbued twice, which honestly is a very, very big upgrade to the card. Being able to actually heal with this bad boy for 8 or minimum 4 is absolutely huge. And I do believe this is going to be helping all of the imbue classes, some more than others. Like, for instance, Shaman definitely needs a lot more help than this. But maybe Druid is going to be able to actually utilize this guy to the fullest. Maybe Mage is going to transition harder on the imbue package instead of Protoss. That kind of stuff. Symbiosis used to be discover or choose one card from another class, and now it's discover or choose one card from another class, and it costs 1 less. So basically it pays for itself, which I do believe, if you saw the initial teaser video, I do believe this was the right call indeed, because usually cards like this, they do this. They basically pay themselves with a discount for the future thing you discovered. And this is kind of cool, because you could play this on turn 1 and actually discover a free drop you get to play on turn 2, which is definitely making the card a lot more flexible. It's also a nature spell, so if indeed Imbue Druid does finally pick up, this card is going to be a staple in that one. Combined with the Dreamweaver, I think those two would be helping that class quite well. Called the Ray Priestess used to be a 4-mana 4/4, now it's going to be a 3-mana 3/3. That is a huge buff for this card. The battle cry is decently strong and it does imbue the hero power. I'm not sure if that's enough for the imbue package for Priest, however. It is looking a little bit underwhelming if we gotta be completely honest. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Some people have been testing that archetype already, but as you saw from the last video, they were under 40% win rate, so the class probably needs a little bit more than what it's getting here. But comboing it off with the Dreamweaver and the next buff, who knows, maybe it is enough. The next one is the 2-mana Lunar Wing Messenger. It's a free 2 beast now. It used to be a free 1, now it's gonna be a free 2. Kinda cool, at least mages won't be able to hero power it, that kind of stuff, but quite the slight buff in it. On its own, I don't believe it's gonna be doing all that much, but it's a okay minion, that's for sure. Like 2-mana free 2 well-statted beast with imbue hero power definitely is worth it, but this card is only as strong as its archetype, basically. We also have the Shaman card, Aspect's Embrace. My guess was that this thing is going to go down to 1 mana, but no, it's actually remaining at 2 mana, heal 4, but it's also going to be drawing a card. And this thing is actually pretty huge for the class, even though I'm not really sure if that alone is going to help Imbue Shaman really shine. I think this would be an okay card to have in any Shaman deck, not just Imbue, just for the sake of drawing and also making your hero power better. But would this really unlock the Imbue Shaman archetype? I'm not sure. I feel like that needs a little bit more than this. And it is actually getting a little bit more than that, but it is exactly only a little bit more. Living Garden becomes a 2/4 instead of a 2/3, and honestly, who asked? Why? What is this gonna do? It's not like we're playing this because it has stats or anything like that. It's all about the imbue. Yeah, it's gonna be able to trade a few more things, but if it was a taunt, if it had lifesteal, something like that, it would have been a good change, but as is, it's just a vanilla stat. It's bad vanilla stat at free drop, basically. To be fair, not only it imbues your hero power, it also reduces the cost of a minion in your hand by 1, but still feels a little bit not that hot. It's only as strong as the archetype again. So that's about it for all the standard updates. We can also see there's plenty of Battlegrounds changes, anomalies, all of that nonsense. Ain't nobody got time for that. Scrolling past that, we can see also some bug fixes are getting fixed. Some arena updates are happening with some arena drafts adjusted. And yeah, they finally fixed the Sheladresil bugs, I think. There were quite a few bugs with this card. Wow, it used to get activated by your opponent playing cards that cost more than this. Never really noticed that, but I guess. And quite a few other changes are happening too. But yeah, all around that's it for the patch. Hope this video helps you orient yourself what you might want to try once the changes happen. Now that I said it, actually I totally forgot to talk about Dungar. Scrolling past all of these, Dungar is also going up to 10 mana for reasons unknown to me. Like, who is still playing Dungar with success? I saw there is a Dungar list with 52% win rate, but really not that big a deal. And its main prey was Armor Demon Hunters from what I understand. So with those getting nerfed, what was the point of nerfing Dungar too? Kinda hard to see, but maybe the devs are looking into the future and notice that this card might actually be a problem for the future meta to come. Kinda weird, but yeah, a little bit too late, too little too late kind of deal. Dungar needed to be nerfed so long ago. They nerfed everything else around it and except him. So yeah, like I said, that's gonna be it for the video. I'm excited to see what the new best decks are gonna be looking like after these changes go live, and I really hope you guys join me on my stream tonight so we can find them together. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, a like and subscribe would really be appreciated. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'm Kris05, and I'll see you in my next video or stream.